Hey guys, welcome back. This is part 2 of the speedrun, and first things first, I want to thank all of you who subscribed in my last video. If I didn't know you subscribed, don't worry about it. I'll check. I might notice because I'll check my inbox later where YouTube will tell me. And I want to thank whoever did subscribe, and for those who watched the video, to be honest, because as long as people notice my videos, then I have the knowledge that I may be pleasing someone's video. So yeah, so thanks very much for subscribing and watching. It means quite a bit to me. So where we left off, we were flying this hypersonic jet through the around Kerbin, trying to get from the equator across past all the poles and back to our starting point, which isn't actually at KSC. I counted it as the point in the equator, and it basically that's fine. I have these videos are really good for me. I quite like it because it helps me deliver entertainment to people, and that's kind of what I want to do as a YouTuber. And so everyone who did subscribe, thank you. And yeah. So what you see here is basically what you get. You get a super fast fighter. It puts itself into orbit. How did I manage that? That is amazing. This jet went so fast, it put itself into orbit without it having to need an atmosphere. Well, it does have plasma engines, which weren't activated. Well, they were once to try and get me out of orbit. And, oh, last video, if you didn't read the description, I may have sounded a bit aggressive right at the end because I said, tell me why. What I meant by that is, tell me what you didn't like about the video, and then I'll be able to help change it and see how people react to that. Because frankly, I want to make my videos more enjoyable for you lot. Though I think Enter Elysium might get a bit miffed because I asked him on his channel, and I think that's how people found me. So sorry, Enter Elysium, if I annoyed you by doing that, but I didn't really advertise. But still, if you didn't like it, Enter Elysium, just say so, and I'll try and remove my comment. Alright, thanks. So now those plasma engines are silent because we're in a vacuum technically. I think that's why they were silent, because I think Interstellar makes a sound as soon as you hit a vacuum, they make no noise or something like that. But yeah, now what I want to talk about today, which is kind of actually linked with this episode, is rotation and how come Kerbin or Earth doesn't stop rotating. Well, first things first. The planets on Kerbal Space Program cannot stop rotating because it's put in the game's, it's hardwired into the game. But, so no matter how much thrust you put onto a point in Kerbin to stop it rotating, you can't even stop their orbits either, which I think should be allowed. I know you can with the asteroids, so they did something there which I quite enjoy, other than making the game as amazing as it is. I've been a long-term player of KSP, I always have. Oh, no shit. Oh, there you go. Twin thrusters. And anyway, back to what I was saying. Kerbal Space Program. The reason why planets rotate is because in their early years, not even when there's small bits of dust floating around in space, the gravitational pull, because everything has a gravitational pull, it's just absolutely tiny, smashed other little pieces of dust and space debris into each other, and they slowly grew over time. However, due to the impacts of some debris, it slowly created made it move. This is because it transferred its momentum into the into the growing planet. Well, growing debris. What should I call it? I think I should. Let's see. You have planet. It's a growing planetoid. So and this causes the planet to grow, and when it does this, it also transfers its it gives it rotary momentum as well. I think Veritasium or some, I can't, honestly I cannot say his name. He did a video on this, and it involved a rifle And basically, and the reason why, and that's why planets stop spinning, because as more things impacted, they gain more more rotary velocity, and eventually, when they go to a planet size, they will have quite a bit of rotary velocity. However, the reason why they don't just suddenly stop is because it's something called inertia. I think, yeah, inertia is the right word. And basically, this is the rotary, as a planet rotates, it takes a certain amount of force to slow it down or to speed it up. This is called inertia. Now, it takes a lot of, it takes a lot of force to stop Earth's rotary momentum, because the inertia requirement is so high that it's it's inconceivable with modern day technology, which I still think I don't like it. I like Kerbal Tech. Kerbal Tech for the win. And yeah, this is why it doesn't stop rotating, because of inertia. Now, another thing I wanted to talk, well, actually it was a question, because I'm not the best people for the subject, but I know quite a bit on it. I want to know, how does a star become a star? Because I know they're usually a boiling ball of fusion, not fission, as I kept saying in a live stream, because I got the two mixed up, because fission is where the molecule is broken apart by an electron, and I know this happens in a nuclear reactor. Oh yeah, this really confused me, because I couldn't understand what was causing me to rotate like that, and I was like, huh, what are you doing? Turns out, actually, I'd locked it onto a point, so the reason why I didn't rotate, it was kept rotating. I think I must have, like, gone in no, it wasn't really rotating. Ah, that's weird. Anyway, now, I want to know how does it start this fusion reaction? I honestly I don't know. If someone knows, can you tell me? But if it's completely unknown fact, an unknown thing, can you also tell me? Because then I'll be like, okay, I don't have to keep asking about that then. Well, I won't keep asking. I'll just leave it in this episode, and maybe one in the future if I still don't find out. Anyway, as you can see, we're going at extremely high speeds. I think at one point there, if you were paying attention to the speedometer in the bottom, I had hit 200. I'm not sure if it's an hour or later. I hit 200,000 meters per second. The excess of that, 2.7 kilometers per second. That's insane. If I get that speed, that means I would have hit Kerbin's orbital. I would have gone around Kerbin in 5 minutes. But no, because I was stupid and went into orbit a few times, which slowed down my surface velocity. Orbital velocity is your orbital period. I think it's orbital period. No, your orbital distance. Your surface velocity is like how much ground you cover if you're on the surface. And the further out in orbit you are, it tends to be the lower surface velocity. I think that's why it's good. As I said, I'm not the best on the subject. I would like to learn this, but my school's an arse, so it doesn't do astrophysics. I don't think it does astrophysics in this year. No, it doesn't. So sad face. Yeah, fucking year turn for you, mate. It's not good. It's not entertaining. Anyway, plasmification of the whole beautiful thing. The velocity this thing reached is unprecedented. Entralesium, build your craft and make it do. It created an orbit. That's how badass that plane is. It created an orbit. I tried to turn it here. Didn't quite go as planned. There were several times in this where I just fucked up and it was just brilliant fucked up. How long have we got left? Not long, alright. Basically, if you have a look at those engines, you'll see the plasmons aren't activated because the plasmons use energy. They make the reactor produce more energy than the thrusters can get rid of. Well, thermal energy. So that means they overheat over time, and I cannot extend those radiators for the life of me. Otherwise, they'll just implode if I get blasted back by the plasma. By the yeah, I think it'd be taken out by the plasma. No, it wouldn't be plasma, would it? It'll be by drag because it's not going to resist it. Now, actually, one more subject. Now, how antimatter is supposed to work, I kind of am pretty good on this switch. Come back online, please, screen. Yes, my screen just died out then. That's funny. Like that wasn't even my laugh, I was just like, I sound a bit like Edna Krabappel when they did that, didn't I? Anyway, now what they're supposed to do is they collide normal matter with antimatter, and this were theoretically, I don't think they've ever proven it, but this will create, no, I think they have actually, no, they haven't, not this will, since antimatter and matter cancel out, it'll create a it will just create massive amount of energy, and since antimatter is very hard to detect, however, it makes it very, very difficult to find. As you can see, I created an orbit again. Well, no, that's not a sustainable orbit, FYI. That's just an orbit which I can use. Yeah, here's the bit where I started. I think this is the bit where I started to put out. Because in order for this aircraft to fly, it needs to be very, 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 very fast. So it works as a light interceptor. Ooh, for some reason the audio level just came back on. Anyway, so it's supposed to create a massive amount of energy, and so this can be put into a, I think a massive amount of energy, and this is designed to fuel the generator, which then I think it's like blasts this energy. Creates movement or something in the air, and then this air is kind of like that. Alright, thank you very much, Velociraptors of Skyrim. Thank you very much. That actually does help. I'm not sure if I've got my logo on there. Yeah, I've just got a message for Velociraptors of Skyrim just follow me on Google. Yeah, thank you very much, mate. Now basically, and this is a lot of energy, we'll be able to drive that generally quite well, and we have made it around the entire circumference of Puddin, yay! And now, watch me try and turn this thing. Oh dear. Yeah, if I was smart, I would have learned from my earlier tests on the separate profile, because this is a iteration of a second design This is an edition of a design made by Enter Elysium. Brilliant guy. If you don't know who he is, which you probably should, because the majority of people who found this channel probably came through Enter Elysium. Now, he created a heavy fighter. I decided to take the design and edit it. His link was in the last description. I might put it back on again just so you can find his thing. Yeah. Slow down, I spin out. I was at 5 kilometers altitude. I didn't know how to counter this. I really didn't. Actually, oh no, because it happened earlier, didn't it? Yeah, it happened earlier. So I managed to pull up just at the last second. And going back to the KFC now. KFC instead. Kentucky Fried Kerbals. No, KFK. Kentucky Fried Kerbals. I'm feeling really cool now. Oh. Oh, I feel sorry for like... No more that. There you go. For some reason my thing was hitting the mic. I was feeling really sorry for Jebediah Kerbal now. So anyway, so that was the speed run. I'll probably do this again like in a week or two. Now thank you very much. If you guys have subscribed from this video, thank you very much. If you and skipping me again, we weren't at a right altitude this time. I managed to save these guys once using the power of the and pause. So thank you very much for watching, guys, and well, like, subscribe, and share this video. If you have any problems with it, can you please write them in the comments, and I'll try and iterate them. If you enjoyed it and you think there's a thing I can do better, can you please tell me again in the description as well? In the comments as well. So thank you very much for watching, guys, and ta-ra!